Name's Yukari, I'm 35, and I work full-time and live in a fancy high-rise condo. My husband Shota is 5 years younger, but man, his mama's boy habits are driving me insane.
Yo, Yukari. Mom came by earlier and she was furious about how sloppy your housekeeping is.
Wait, what? She let herself in again? I've told you that's gotta stop.
Oh, quit yelling. You're the one leaving trash bags out and making the place look like a disaster zone. This is a high-rise condo. Could you stop making it look so normal? Get your act together.
What the heck? You're complaining about a lack of refinement in our home? That's just normal living, isn't it? If you're so bothered, why don't you pitch in and help with the chores? Living in a fancy tower apartment doesn't make you royalty, you know.
Sure, keep the excuses coming. All I'm saying is, if you're going to be the wife of a man living in a luxury tower apartment, you should step it up and aim for a higher standard of living. How is that so hard to grasp? Oh, if only my mom were here. She'd never make me put up with this kind of nonsense. That's it. Since you're so lazy, why don't we just have my mom move in with us? She's been living alone ever since divorcing my dad, and it'd put my mind at ease having her here. Not to mention, she's way more thoughtful and considerate than you'll ever be.
Excuse me? There's no way I'm agreeing to that. What's wrong with you all of a sudden?
What do you mean, what's wrong? I'm suggesting this for your benefit, too. After all my mom's done for us, how dare you reject her like this? Do you even care about family?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Cut it out already. Oh, all she's done for us? Do you even know how she behaves in this apartment complex?
What? What are you talking about? What does she do?
She's not even a resident, yet she hogs the residents-only gym for hours and constantly invites her friends to the entrance lounge for noisy gatherings. She's been a complete nuisance. You really think letting her move in wouldn't make things worse?
That can't be true. Mom would never do that. This is all lies. Even if it were true, if you're going to live in a luxury apartment, you need to learn to put up with small inconveniences like that.
Oh, so being warned by the condo association is just a small inconvenience?
Wait, what?
It's not a one-time thing. She's been causing problems almost every day. It's gotten to the point where the resident management committee has had to bring it up as an official issue. They've even warned me that if she doesn't stop, they might report her for trespassing.
Trespassing? You're kidding, right?
Oh, they're serious. They've said they won't hesitate to contact the police if it comes to that. I've warned her over and over, but she clearly has no intention of stopping. So tell me, do you really want someone like that living here? And by the way, if we did let her move in, we'd have to notify the management committee. You'd be the one handling all the explanations, of course, since she's your mother. Sound good?
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm sorry, Yukari. I didn't know any of that. But let me talk to my mom. I'll straighten her out. Can't you just let her move in? It'll make things easier for you too, right?
Easier? No way.
What?
Even without all this, there's no way I'd want to live with someone who just barges into our home whenever they please. If she moved in, she'd only criticize the way I do the housework even more than she does now. Why on earth should I accept that? If you can't give me a good reason, then this conversation is over. Forget about moving her into this apartment. It'll only cause more trouble for everyone.
Fine. I'll let it go for now. But don't think this is over.
He gets so cocky the second he's slightly out-argued. Honestly, why did I even marry this guy? A few days later, Shota visited his mom at her house.
Yukari is such a problem.
How could she badmouth her mother-in-law like that? Sure, I've been using the tower's facilities, but it's all within reason. She's just overreacting.
You're right, Mom. There's no way you do anything wrong. But what'd I do? If I push too hard to move you in, Yukari might totally shut it down.
Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we get the neighbors on our side? That'll show her. What matters most in a tower apartment is your reputation with the neighbors, right? So here's the plan. Spread bad rumors about Yukari to isolate her. That way she'll have no choice but to rely on us. There's no way she'd give up her luxury apartment lifestyle.
Oh, I get it. And while we're at it, let's tell everyone that you're moving in with us. If we seal the deal with the neighbors, she won't have anywhere to run. Mom, you're a genius.
The next day, Shota and his mom started spreading rumors about me to the residents of the tower apartment.
Ugh, Yukari is a total nightmare. She treats our family so horribly.
Oh, she's the worst daughter-in-law ever. That's why I'm moving in to fix her bad attitude.
If Mom's willing to go that far, I know Yukari will finally change.
Exactly. Oh, I can't wait to move in. The more they badmouthed me, the more the neighbors were visibly put off. But Shota and his mom didn't notice. A week later, Shota and his mom made a declaration to me. Yukari, I'm moving into this house. Get the room ready for me, okay?
That's right. From now on, you'd better get along with Mom.
Excuse me? I'm very forgiving, so I'll let your past behavior slide. But from now on, you need to respect us and live properly.
Oh, and don't even think about refusing. We've already told the neighbors Mom's moving in. There's no escape now. Wow, Mom, you're so generous. You should really try to be more like her, Yukari.
Oh, stop it. I'm just normal. Yukari's the one who's impossibly narrow-minded. I'm going to fix that rotten personality of hers. Just you wait.
Anyway, let's get started. Of course, you'll handle all the moving paperwork, right? The condo stuff, city hall, all of it.
No thanks. I want a divorce.
What?
Didn't you hear me? I said I want a divorce. I'm done putting up with your selfishness. If you two want to live here so badly, go ahead and do it together. I'll pack my things and leave.
What? You'd give up living in a luxury tower apartment? This place has a concierge. That's crazy.
Exactly. Leaving just because you're upset is so ridiculous. Oh, by the way, I know all about the stuff you've been spreading to the neighbors. What? I've been active with the management committee and maintained good relationship with our neighbors. Unlike you two, who've done nothing but cause trouble, it's pretty obvious whose side they take. The kind neighbors warned me about your little scheme.
Ugh, that's so underhanded. You're always hanging out with the neighbors, aren't you? And when you say you're going to management meetings on weekends, you're probably just goofing off and leaving me at home.
Exactly. There's no way the management committee keeps you that busy. You're just incompetent and think everything's harder than it is. If it were me, I'd do a way better job. You're always acting like you're so important. It's obnoxious. If that's how you feel, why don't you try handling it yourselves? Isn't your mom supposed to be more competent and amazing than me? Should be a breeze for her, right?
You don't have to tell me twice. Right, Mom? You'll take care of everything from now on.
Wait, me? By myself? Shota, aren't you going to help?
Of course not. If Yukari's gone, who else is going to do it? So it's not my job to handle that stuff.
Realizing what her future would look like, Shota's mom turned pale, but Shota remained oblivious. Here's the divorce papers. I've already signed them, so go ahead and sign them right now.
Fine. I'll divorce someone like you any day.
Shota angrily signed the papers and shoved them back at me.
Once you walk out that door, don't you dare come back. I never want to see your face again.
Oh, that's fine by me. And for the record, don't expect me to help you with anything, no matter what happens. I packed up the rest of my belongings and left the house the next day. Just as I predicted, Shota would soon be coming to me for help. 6 months later, as I was settling into my new life, I got a phone call.
Hello, is this Yukari? I'm the manager of your former apartment building.
Yes, this is Yukari. What's this about?
Well, it's Shota and his mother. They're insisting we call you.
I figured as much. All right, I'll come by. After hearing the situation from the building manager, I decided to respond to the summons. When I arrived at the building, there was a horrible stench wafting from in front of my old apartment. This is awful. Trash everywhere in the hallway of a luxury building. I think I can already guess what's happened. Inside the apartment, Shota, his mom, and the building manager were waiting for me. Sorry for making you wait.
Yukari, you have no idea how much this helps.
No problem. If this doesn't resolve things, feel free to escalate to legal action.
Right. I'm afraid we may have no other choice. Yukari, you finally showed up.
This is all your fault, isn't it? Why are we being forced to move out? All I did was refuse to pay for the pointless and annoying management committee fees.
Exactly. And now we're banned from the lounge, the fitness gym, and even the trash disposal area. What are we supposed to do? We only left the trash in front of the apartment because there's nowhere else to put it. We didn't turn our place into a dump on purpose. It's their fault.
It's ridiculous. Sure, the rent's tight, but we're paying it. Why does not paying the management fees mean we can't use the building facilities?
You must have told the committee to harass us, didn't you? That's the only explanation. You're not getting away with this.
Just as I expected. Pathetic. I have no intention of helping, but I guess I can at least hit you with some reality. Not paying the management fees means you can't use the facilities. Of course it does. That's in the contract.
What?
You were told this when you moved in. Joining the management committee is mandatory, and you need to pay the fees to use any of the building's facilities. The manager was there to explain, wasn't he?
Yes, I was. I walked both of you through the paperwork and explained everything clearly. Well, that's not true. I don't remember hearing that. Oh, really? Here's your signed agreement as proof. It clearly shows you acknowledged everything. Though to be fair, Shota, you did leave everything to Yukari while you just played on your phone. Ugh.
I heard what's going on. If you don't pay the overdue fees and deal with a trash issue immediately, you'll be evicted. Stop whining and making excuses. Just pay up and get it over with.
Fine.
Shut up. We're in this mess because we can't afford it, alright?
Ever since you left, Shota's been paying the rent all on his own. Do you really think we can afford the management fees on top of that? He barely manages with his salary and savings, and now I have to work too. It's all your fault.
Oh, I thought you understood all of that when you agreed to let me leave. Guess you didn't realize, huh?
Ugh.
Let's not forget, the only reason you could even afford this luxury apartment was because of my high salary. Did you really think you could maintain this lifestyle after I left? Why didn't you move to a place that suited your actual budget before things got this bad?
Just shut up. You think we could just give up the luxury apartment life after having it once? No way.
Exactly. We're not like those losers out there. We're winners. Why should we have to leave?
Huh. So the whole giving up the tower apartment life is stupid line you said when we split up turned out to be a boomerang. Huh. Clinging to that pathetic pride has really paid off, hasn't it? Maybe it's time you faced reality.
Ugh.
Anyway, it looks like you have no choice but to move out. You clearly can't afford to keep paying the management fees.
No way.
Where are we supposed to go if we get kicked out? I already sold my old house for cheap, and most of that money went toward rent and living expenses.
Yeah. And now you're telling us to lower our standards of living? That's ridiculous.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We were married once, so I'm offering you this advice for your own good. But if you keep resisting, there's nothing more for me to say. I'll leave the rest to the manager and the courts.
The courts?
What? Did you think it wouldn't come to that? Did you think you could just keep stalling and stay here forever? Too bad. You've been causing a nuisance with the trash and have already created trouble with the management committee. That's more than enough reason for an eviction notice. Considering you're barely able to pay the rent, it won't be long before you fall behind on that too. Then the court will officially order you to leave.
Ugh.
Shota and his mom, with despair written all over their faces, bowed deeply to me.
We were wrong. Please, come back. We're begging you.
We need you. We didn't realize how much until you were gone. We can't survive on our own.
What? Now you're saying this? Do you honestly think I'd be happy to come back after hearing that? You've got to be kidding me. Honestly, it's just disgusting.
Don't be like that. You're still single, right? Bet you've started missing married life by now. Divorced in your mid-30s? Tough to find a new romance at this point, huh? This might be your last chance.
Exactly. Even if you're a high-earning elite, being alone has to be hard. Wouldn't life be so much easier with us around? All you need to do is foot the bill.
You two have got to. Just as I was about to lose my temper and yell, the front door opened and someone walked in.
Yukari, I'm here to pick you up. Are you alright? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Koki. No, I'm fine. I was just about to leave these people behind for good.
Oh, I'm glad you're okay, Yukari. But from now on, let me come with you if anything like this happens again.
You're right. I'm sorry for worrying you.
Who the hell are you? Just barging in here and acting all chummy with Yukari. I'm her ex-husband, you know? What's your deal? My deal? I'm Yukari's husband. What?
Allow me to introduce him. This is Koki. We met during my post-divorce matchmaking, and he's the CEO of a venture company. We live in a high-end condo near the top floor of a luxury tower far from here.
What? And who do you think you are, causing trouble for my Yukari? Just because you're her ex-husband doesn't mean you can get away with this. Should I consult my company's legal team and make sure you face the consequences? No!
Please, no.
Exactly. I've moved on and found real happiness. If you thought you could get me back and stay in this apartment, you're sorely mistaken.
Please, don't say that.
Don't you feel sorry for us? Isn't this just too cruel?
Enough! Have some dignity. Yukari told me everything. You two could only stay in this luxury apartment because of her. Yet all you did was make selfish demands about housework and living arrangements. No wonder she had enough of you. And now you're crying and begging? What do you take her for? Let me make this clear. I'm not going to let Yukari be exploited by you two any longer, and I won't let her have anything to do with you. So either leave quietly or prepare for the police and a court case. Ah!
Koki's words were so firm that I realized I might have been subconsciously feeling sorry for them. But it's time to draw a clear line and cut ties for good.
Yukari, don't abandon us.
You're the only one we can rely on. Don't you have any family loyalty left?
Manager, I'm no longer associated with these two. I have no intention of cleaning up their messes, so please don't contact me about them again. If they refuse to leave, handle it as harshly as needed.
Understood. I apologize for dragging you into this despite having no connection to them anymore.
The manager bowed to us as Koki and I turned our backs and walked away.
Help us, please.
I don't want a ruined life.
I'm sorry for today. From now on, I'll rely on you properly, Koki.
Yeah, and I'll do my best to make sure you can always rely on me. Even if they try to cling to you again, I'll protect you no matter what.
Thank you. Ignoring the pitiful sight of them collapsing in tears, I walked away with Koki back to our happy life. After that, Shota and his mom were forcibly evicted from the tower apartment. Not long after, they tried to track down my new home to harass me, but the tower apartment's security system thwarted their attempts.
How did they find out?
There shouldn't have been any evidence left behind.
Both of them ended up in police custody, and even after their release, their lives continued to spiral downward.
I'm not living anywhere unless it's better than that place. Go find something now.
I can't, Mom. We're sleeping on the streets right now.
They kept aiming for a high standard of living, but only sank deeper into misery. If they could change their ways, they might turn their lives around, but that's up to them. Meanwhile, I decided to move out of the tower apartment as a precaution and started a new life with Koki in a lovely house. Welcome home. How was the neighborhood meeting?
Everyone was really nice. There's a community cleanup coming up and I'll join in.
What? Are you sure? Isn't that putting too much on you?
Just focus on our baby for now. I can handle anything for the two of you.
Now, I'm living a happy life with a wonderful partner who puts our family first.